Hello everyone, this is your Kosori and we're gonna create the best ranger for Solasta main campaign. Take note, this is the main campaign with spoilers and not your PNP or the extra campaigns come with the game. So we're gonna pick elves, we're gonna pick ranger. Just kidding. We're not gonna pick elf. Seriously, we're not gonna pick elf. We're gonna pick a dwarf. I know, dwarf. We're gonna create a strength ranger. Why would I pick strength ranger? Well, there's only one reason for me to create a Dex build, well, an Elf Ranger, it's just because you need a lockpicker or a rogue, and you don't have a rogue, so you use the Ranger instead, like a Ranger, what you call this, low life. But we're not gonna create a Ranger low life, so we're gonna create a combat-oriented dwarf Ranger. Okay, let's go. Hill Dwarf. Why Hill Dwarf? More HP, Constitution. We're gonna need that. Wisdom +1, we're gonna need that for spells and more HP. So why not more dexterity and why more strength? We're gonna get strength with an item. Don't worry about it. Dexterity, we're gonna raise dex. Don't worry about it. Okay, let's pick ranger. First, we're going to pick the shadow tamer. Why is that? Oh, tunnel wisdom. We don't need the what you call this. Well, we need this because dex ad dex advantage on dim or darkness. This is the most important thing, the Dark Slayer, because everything in the game, maybe except humans, can see in the dark. So you can add your proficiency bonus to damage. And everything else is just the icing on the cake. Well, this rope grapple, this is useful if you want to pull people off ledges, pull them closer, or, yeah, this is the reason why we're going to create a Strength Ranger, because he will be your, what you call this, dedicated grappler. You're gonna don't worry about the why I won't put in a strength. I'll tell you later. And yes, you have to be careful on pulling creatures. Let's say a mage, for example. If you pull him, you won't get his loot if he fell into a bottomless pit. So yeah, whenever this is swift, uh, excuse me, swift retaliation. Whenever an opponent attacks you from nearby cell, yeah, this is useful. Well, you are creating a ranger, a frontline ranger, by the way. So you're gonna need it. Okay, let's go, let's go. I'm taking too long there. Oh, favored enemy. I would suggest undead, and the next favored enemy would be monstrosity. Why monstrosity? Why undead first? There's so much undead, and they're annoying. And sometimes you're gonna equip the wrong weapon. Let's say you're fighting a skeleton. Most skeletons are vulnerable to maces, to blunt weapons. But in case you forget, you still have extra damage right there. And some undead have weird resistance, like the knights, the heavily armored ones. They are resistant to everything except piercing. Most of the time, you won't be using piercing late game, so yeah. And the next is monstrosity. Why monstrosity? You're fighting Slorax in this game, and all of them are monstrosities, and there's a shit ton of HP. So yeah, natural explorer. Anything. Well, there are small bits and pieces right there that you might need because the ranger can create food, so you don't really need the boost in skill to harvest food, but you might need the boost in, let's say, finding specific what you call this ingredients. Well, you're gonna need a different guide for that because there's so many. Well, I would choose forest. Well, mostly forest has the most low tier what you call this ingredients, meaning you can create potions. If you don't have a cleric, well, you don't really need potions if you have a cleric, but if you don't have a cleric, then grab grab that. Equipment, heaviest armor. Oh yeah, we're gonna need javelins, but that will come up later. Well, you can pick whatever. So scale mail, short swords, longbow. Next, this one, any will do. Any will do. Depends on what you need. I'm just gonna pick any. It just depends on what you want. Okay, this is point buy. You're not cheating. So, max out con. No, no, not intelligence. Max out wisdom. Wisdom stays there. And max out dexterity. I'm going to explain in a moment. What about here? Stealth, athletics, then anything. Anything here. I would probably pick nature or perception and survival-ish. Well, you're gonna pick that on your backgrounds, but depends what you want on the character. Nature, if you want to craft potions. Perception, if you just want a detector. Then survival, if you want to gather more resources for your crafting. But you're gonna pick that on the backgrounds. But this, I'm just gonna do a quick, what you call this? Quick, yeah, quick selection and skills. Languages, any will do. Usefully elves and dwarf, blah 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 blah. You're not the one talking, so let's go. Okay, first name, I don't care. Clan, clan? Oh yeah. Yeah. Let's just pick first in case. First will do, whatever. So sorry about the eyes. I did put a mod here that I can add more eyes and faces, but yeah. Next. Okay, let's level up. Okay, ranger fighting style. As always, two weapon fighting because you want strength. You want to create a strength ranger, and the well, strength, dex or strength can get the most of the weapon anyway. So let's go. Let's see, hunter's mark and goodberry. Anything else is just a bonus, but for me, hunter's mark, goodberry. But if you don't need goodberry, if you can just harvest or buy food, but I'll just there for convenience. You don't really need cure wounds in the game if you know what you're doing. Well, you can just create potions, detect magic. No. The rest, there's scrolls, and if you have a wizard, no need. Okay, let's check. Okay, that's level 2, level up. Here's level 3, archetype, sorry, Shadow Tamer, because you want damage. Learn spell, blah blah blah. Wait, so ignore. Cast new spell. Okay, alright. Next. Level up. Abilities, here's the thing. Ability score or bonus feat. Okay, let's go for ambidextrous. Why are we still on dexterity? If I mentioned strength. Yes, it's because there's an item in the game that you can set your strength to 19, 21, or 25. Yes, that's on the mid game, I think. Yeah, early game, there's a chance you can get the gauntlets. See, there's space here, but you have to attune it first. So the gauntlets set your strength to 19. The first belt set your strength to 21. The best belt set your strength to 25. You can buy it at the one of the what you call this faction shops, but you need to level them up a bit. But you can reach it. Don't worry about it. Okay, next level up. We are on level 5. At this point, we have everything we need. Well, before on level 4. So let's see. Well, you don't really need any of these things actually. I would say pass without trace, dark skin. I don't know. I don't really need any of this because that's the only thing I want with this rangers to deal damage. Okay, level 6. This is the time you pick monstrosity. I don't know. Any. There's no coastal in this game. Don't worry about it. So pick something like swamp, mountains, or desert. I don't find any coastal stuff. So yeah, that's it. You can unlearn cure if you're confident enough, but it's just there. Okay, so by near the end of the game, you should be around level 7 or 8, something like that. So by this time you have everything. You have the strength item. You have the don't need anyway. You have the strength item. You have the probably the equipment. Oh yeah, the best weapons in this game are one-handed. Well, there's two of them. Well, three actually. Okay, I will explain what bonus feat before I hold on. Let me go back and show you what will I do with the what you call this equipment. So yeah, I mentioned javelins. By this point, well, when you have the ambidexterity feat, you don't need a bow. You need two javelins and two any weapon, preferably maces, but there's no magical maces or hammers. You're gonna pick the two best weapons in the game, like the flaming sword and the rapier. And there is an axe, but the piercing axe has the same what you call this has the same ingredient to make the best non-armor in the game, which should be reserved for the barbarian or your dex build character. And this is not the dex build character, so you may want the axe if you don't have any dex build character in your party. So yeah, those two, and any other weapon you want in case, let's say, you have a rogue or some other dex build character, you're gonna give the rapier, the best rapier, to him or her. So yeah, two medium-sized weapons. Well, I put if you have no paladins or say two-handed guys, you could make the holy sword, something like that, and two javelins. Why two javelins? To make the most damage with this character, you need to attack a lot. So three attacks because you're a ranger and two weapon fighting. Oh yeah. Aside from the, the favorite enemy damage, the thing with the dark tamer, yeah, dark tamer. I forgot his name. Shadow tamer. Damage per hit when the enemy can see in the dark. You can use bracers of archery to actually boost the damage of the javelins. So that's up to you. Okay, let's level up some more. By this time you have at least the 21 or the 25 belt. This one. This at this level 8, you have a choice here. You can let's see. You could take enduring body, make a tank, so much HP with this character, or you can go heavy armor. But the choice is yours. Well, there are other choices like the what you call that this one just to be proficient with Constitution. But for me, it's the enduring body for more. Yeah, that's right. I keep missing this. Is enduring body hard to kill? I keep missing those stuff. So for me, it's enduring body. Why do I pick that? Because breastplates have no penalty in sneaking, so you have to let her wear breastplate instead. There's a breastplate in the game. In this game, you can craft around almost late game. Requires a specific, yeah, mithril rock, mithril stone. It's make you resistant to piercing. That, or you can just use scale mails. Well, uh, why I don't really push for plate armor? Because there's only a very few plate armor in the game, and chances are, if you don't know everything in that game, you probably can't craft it or buy it. So, medium armor, just my suggestion. Okay, so I'm gonna pick enduring body for more HP, and I don't really need other spells. Okay, we're at level 8. At this, the build is already complete. Anything new is just extra stuff you don't need. It's up to you. Maybe that one, in case you want to fight the dragon or some elemental enemies. But that's it. Okay, level 9. I mean, on level 10, this is the If you are just playing through the game, gonna breeze through, you're gonna be level 9 or level 10. If you don't, what you call this? If you don't grind. So right now, anything will do as long as Arctic. I only find one area has Arctic. So maybe mountains. That doesn't really matter. So yeah, level 10. That's usually the level where you go to the part where path of no return. We're going to the end game and that. So that's it. That's the build. Strength. What you call this? What you call this? Strength Ranger. It's a dwarf. Sorry if you don't like dwarves, but this is the best ranger I could create. It's a shit ton of HP. Especially if you put the custom rule set to make them what you call this? Roll max HP per level. It's gonna be a really, really tough tank. Okay, right now, still have the what you call this? Choice. Can still go heavy armor at this level, but by this point, you're not gonna buy new items. So my suggestion would be ability score and just pump constitution and bring the book. If you don't have a what you call this? If you don't have a barbarian, let him or her read the constitution book to get that to 22 and be the ultimate tank that is not a barbarian. So yeah, that's it. That's the best ranger I could create in Solasta. Very tanky, and it's the dedicated grappler, the game. Okay, thank you for watching. If you like this video, please press like and subscribe. And if you want me to make more of this, let me know in the comment section. And take care. Bye.